Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. You on Preacher Main Podcast. That's where you are. Let me see if I can do this on Instagram as well. And here we are. You are on Preacher Main's podcast with yours truly, Preacher Main. There you go, right there. That's Preacher Main, y'all. That's him. No, just in case you ain't never seen him. There he go. That's Preacher Main. You're on Preacher Man Podcast with yours truly, Preacher Man, aka Dr. Hosea Collins. And I'm excited to be on with you this afternoon, Saturday, March the 7th. And man, I got some stuff I want to talk about. Of course, we always dealing with the fact that I ain't catching it. That is the reality. We ain't catching it in this season. It's my current single that's out right now on all platforms. It's on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube Music, just whatever you stream music on. I ain't catching it. And listen, I'm a huge component for music with a message. Music with the message is critically essential to edifying people. Like music should do more than just make me shake my booty. I ain't got no problem with you shaking your booty to the beat. I'm just saying that shouldn't be the only use of music. Because everybody know I like to shake mine too. I like to get my groove on. But music should also go deeper than that. And so any music that I release will have some way, somehow, a hidden message that you can apply to your life and get better results in your life. You know something, a lot of relationship situations and assistance also goes into my music. I haven't released a lot of those songs yet, but they are coming real soon. I've been, man, counseling over 25 years. I was with my late wife for 21 years. April next month, I will have been with my current wife 7 years. Even if I go back to starting in high school, I was with my baby mama from 1990, 96, 6 years off and on. You know what I realized about myself a while back? Well, really, it became painfully obvious after I was widowed. One of the reasons I think I may be so, whatever word you want to use, anointed, gifted, or skilled in the area of relationships is because I am extremely experienced in relationships. The hardest thing I ever did in my life was be single. Think about this for a moment. I first, and y'all listen, Preacher Man don't cut a lot of corners. Preacher Man ain't trying to be politically or religiously correct. He just kind of tell it like it is. He ain't being disrespectful with it, but he ain't sugarcoating a lot of it. So it may come out straight lace, no chaser, but I promise you gonna get the point. You ain't gonna wonder what Preacher Man was talking about. So let me just, he gonna always keep it 100 with you. And it's just real talk. Like it's grown folk conversation. So if you ain't grown, you might want to find you something else to watch. But so truth be told, man, I lost my virginity at the age of 13 years old. And with what I might consider my first real girlfriend. You know, like girls and call yourself girlfriend and boyfriend. But I would say the first girl that I was doing full sinful girlfriend and boyfriend and stuff with. All right. So I ain't talking about like the first kiss, and holding hands and hunching, whatever y'all want to call it. But at 13 years old, I was in the 8th grade and we dated for at least a year up to the 9th grade, I guess. Somewhere through the 9th grade or on into, I don't remember how far. That's been a long time ago, y'all. I graduated in 93. So I'm going back to like 88, 89 right now. And so after that relationship dissolved, I remember that summer going into my sophomore year, I had a summer fling, a girl who was visiting her relatives. She was from Detroit, Michigan. And as soon as I met her, I got at her and we dated strong that whole entire summer until she left and went back to the East Coast. And then my 10th grade year was when I began dating my baby mama. And we dated on into, off and on, you know how that goes, my 2nd year in college. And during that time, I dated another girl my junior year in high school. And we dated strong for about a year and a half to 2 years. It was kind of in between and during and the same way. Anyway, you can do the math. I would, well, just so to set the record straight, and I promise you I'm going somewhere with this story. Stay with me. I had never been faithful to a woman from 13 years of age when I lost my virginity all the way up until I married my late wife. So get back to the timeline. In 1996 was when me and my baby mom broke up for real, for real. And I met Precious a couple of weeks after my birthday in 1996. I turned 21 November the 5th. I met her right before Thanksgiving, like 2 weeks later. I met her at a club. And she was 21. She turned 21 on October the 15th of 1996. I turned 21 of November the 5th of 1996. And we dated from then. We were together from then at 21 years old into 2017 when both of us was 42 years old after 21 years together. 21 years together. She left in 2017. I got remarried in 2019. And next month will make 7 years. So when you do the timeline of my life from 13 until current at 50, I've been in relationships. I hadn't been single. I know how to do relationship. I ain't know much about how to do single. I have very little experience in being single. No, that's why I ain't saying it's a plus or a negative. I'm just giving you my credentials. But not only in being relationships alone, since early 2000, like since 2001, well, really, if I can go in unofficially before that, but officially since 2001, I've been counseling couples and individuals in the areas of relationship. I don't know how many courses I've taken, how many books I've read, how many seminars, like all the data, all of, yeah, it's too many to count. But I said all that to say relationships are in the primary part of the purpose of your creation. Now, our relationships are not romantic, so we're not limiting that to being booed up and love and marriage goes together like a. Anyway, you get the point. Inclusive of that, but not limited to that. Because God created us all for a relationship with one another, friendship, family relationship, co working relationship, spiritual relationships, social relationships, friends, and endless business relationships. You were created for relationship, whether you realize it or not. But what stops us or what ends our relationship, stay with me, are the things we catch. I ain't catching it. What do I mean by the things we catch? I ain't catching it. There's a book I've been reading. Well, I had the book for quite a while, but I recently really began to really crack into it. And I've known the premise for quite a while, but without me intentionally doing this, I realized that the song I Ain't Catching It, that whole premise, is conceptually a lot similar to the book I'm talking about. It's a book by a lady named Mel Robbins. She's a big motivational speaker, or self-help guru, one of the number one podcasts in the world, all of that stuff. She's everywhere. But Mel Robbins is one of them straight lace, no chaser type of speakers. She cuss you out, tell you what you need to hear when it ain't what you want to hear. She gives tough love when it comes to advice and telling people to get their life in order. But the book came, one of the number one top bestsellers. Maybe sold 1 million copies in the first month, something crazy like that. Maybe the first week, I don't know. But the title of the book is Let Them. And she does this thing, she calls it the Let Them Theory. And the premise of it is this. It's not based on Genesis 1:26, let them have dominion. Nothing to do with that. It's about let them, in her theory, is letting them in the sense of letting people be who they are, recognizing whatever they are and stop fighting it, stop resisting it, stop trying to change them, stop wishing they were different, stop frustrating and complicating your life over other people's decisions and behaviors. Let them be them. Like, for instance, somebody that didn't invite you to the party or to the gathering, you're the only one that left out. Let them. Don't stress yourself. Let them. When in situation, somebody's getting on your nerves at work, they act so ignorant and it just, you hate even being in meetings with them because of how they act, and you're sitting there just cringing, trying not to say nothing. Let them be who they are. Someone's not treating you fairly, in your opinion, and you wondering why they do this, why do they talk to you this way. Let them. But let me give you the caveat. Let them doesn't mean being a doormat and letting people run all over you, walk all over you. Let them in the sense of, let them be free to be whoever they gonna be. And once I discover who they are, then I let me govern myself accordingly. And here's a very interesting point, and I'm going to show you the connection to I Ain't Catching It. A very critical point. Let them is you releasing control of things you have no control over. You don't have no control over how somebody else act, how ignorant they are, how silly they are, how crazy they are, or how obnoxious they want to be. That is out of your control. So when you putting all your energy in what they doing and why they act this way and why they always got to do it don't make no sense. You giving all your energy to something you can't do nothing about. It didn't rob you of your peace. It didn't rob you of your joy. It didn't rob you of your comfort. And it's about to rob you of your sanity if you don't learn to let them be them. Free yourself by letting them. She even goes as far as telling you to say it. When you find yourself doing, just say, let them, to remind yourself to chill out, relax, and let a fool be a fool. They used to say, when you find a fool, leave a fool. But let them. Now, what does this have to do with I Ain't Catching It? Glad you asked. When things that are out of your control go sideways, in your opinion, in your life, don't catch them. Don't catch it. Let it. Don't catch it, meaning don't take what's out of your control. Let it get all inside of you and worry you, stress you out, have you losing sleep at night. You ain't got no peace because you worry about that. Mike Clark Jr., the Southern Soul artist, which he ain't talking about good stuff, but I like the chorus. He say, don't let that worry you. Don't let that worry you. Whatever they doing and got going on, don't let that worry you. But anyway, point that I'm making, not catching it is not letting it take your peace, rob you of your peace, cause you to get out of your love walk, cause you to change how your day going. See, it's really the control freak in us that don't know how to let stuff go. Ooh, I'm talking better than you listening. It's that control freak in you that don't know how to let stuff go. Why they gotta look like that? Oh, they just get on my nerves. Now your day all out of whack because of what somebody else doing with their day. Let them. You can't control nobody but you. Truth be told, you can't even control you. That's why you ain't got no self-control. But you ain't gonna never get it if you don't start focusing on you. Can you just be like Mike, not Jordan, Jackson, and start looking at the man in the mirror? Help him change his ways or her ways. Watch this. Now let me give you some dating advice. I like this. Dating advice. When you dating somebody and they acting a fool, let them. When you learn to let them, you can quit being deceived. What do you mean deceive? Let people show you who they really are. And once you see who they really are, govern yourself accordingly. But you ain't never letting them show you the real them because you won't even let them make a mistake. What was this song? I think this was on Power, but they didn't make it up. They were quoting. I just can't remember the person they was quoting. She tells a man who's getting ready to rat somebody out. Tommy was seeing the dope man's little sister, and somebody had beef with, caught him and took a picture and was finna blow it up. She said, no, don't do that. He said, why not? He said, never interrupt your enemy while they're in the process of making a mistake. Ooh. Oh, bars. Bars. Let me tell you what she was saying. Let them. Oh, man. That's what she was saying in essence. She was saying let them. What have you allowed to stress you out? Listen, I understand it. I get it. I know. And let me say this and be clear, because I'm just trying to help people. I know, and rightly so, a lot of people are stressed out and worried and don't know what they're going to do over decisions that the President of the United States is making. Let them, because ain't nothing we can do to stop them in physical, in ways, da. But this is what you do when you let them. Like, meaning, this is what I mean. Because I'm not talking about don't take civil responsibility. Stay with me. I'm finna tell you what you can do and how to fix it. When I say let them or don't catch it, don't allow someone else's foolish decisions to stop you from living the life and pursuing fulfillment in the assignment God has given you. Don't let it become a distraction to your God-given purpose and destiny. Meaning, you pray to God, you seek his face, you seek out wisdom, you encourage and help people, but you don't stop pursuing God's will for your life because somebody else made a decision that you got, your mind has become so boggled down with that you can't even focus on what God told you to do. That's what I'm saying. So yes, I understand level of concern. I understand us being aware and governing ourselves accordingly. But don't let nothing distract you from God's will and assignment for your life. God is still God. Let God be God. God know how to fix people. God know how to deal with situations. God know how to deal with circumstances. What he required us to do is take it to him in prayer and leave it there. Do whatever he tells us to do, but don't get distracted by a God job when he's giving you another job of what he's requiring of you. Because when you take care of God business that concerns him, God will take care of your business that concerns you. And whatever God tells you to do about a situation that's in your power to do, you do it in Jesus' name with faith and confidence and courage. But what do you do when God ain't told you nothing to do about a situation? You keep doing what he told you to do about the last assignment he gave you. That's what you do. I hope this is making sense. I hope you're really catching it. I hope you catch this so you know what not to catch or what to stop catching. What do you stop catching? Things like Them overdue bills, I ain't catching it. Late night thrills, I ain't catching all that drama. I ain't catching 6-inch heels, I ain't catching it. That hater aid, I ain't catching it. From across the way, I ain't catching it. Them dirty looks, I ain't catching it. No matter what they say, I ain't catching it. Y'all know, tell me what y'all think about this. This came to my mind. What if I did a real slowed up, almost quartet slow version to it? Them overdue bills, I ain't catching it. Them late night thrills, I ain't catching it. All of that drama, I ain't catching it. 6-inch heels, I ain't catching it. Don't be surprised. I just might do it. All right. Here's another thing. Relationships. How not catch it. If you are not married, this is going to help you. If you are married, it can still help you. It's just more complicated, but it'll help you understand. You listening? You have the right to want what you want. You don't have the right or the power to make everybody else or somebody else want what you want. What's the big problem I keep seeing in relationships? Folk know who they are, where they're going, they want something, they fix that, and then they meet somebody. But the somebody they meet isn't what they want in a certain area of their lives. But the problem is they really want to be with that person. So they overlook that situation that they really don't rock with. They don't fuss or fight about it. They deal with it because they want to be with the person. But in the back of their mind, they're believing and hoping and expecting that's going to change one day. Days go to weeks. Weeks go to months. Months go to years. That hadn't changed. Now they become so frustrated and agitated, they start putting pressure on the other person to change whatever that thing is I don't like no more. And they get so upset at the other person because the other person ain't changing that about themselves. They don't understand why you tripping. I've been doing this forever and a day. Like, why is it a problem now? Watch this. It always was a problem. So who deceived who? If I'm the person you got a problem with, I've been with you all this time, believing me and you on the same page, because I can be myself and it don't affect us because you rock with this. You've been wanting that to change all the time. Now you with me trying to put pressure on me to change something that I've been doing the whole time. I've been comfortable with it. But you uncomfortable with it. But because you finally let me know you're uncomfortable with it, I'm supposed to change it now? Just having relationships all the time. Now I'm the villain because I won't change for you. And you feel like if you've been sucking it up all the time, now I owe you a changing. But I don't never know you've been sucking it up all the time. But that's how we've been moving. One of the biggest things, biggest problems in relationships everywhere all over the world is uncommunicated expectations. But I did say something about it, but you lived with it. So I don't know if it's a bigger deal that you're making it now. Here is, well, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Watch this. Here's what you do. I'm dating you, and there's something about you that I just do not rock with. I ain't talking about it just irks me. I'm talking about this is like a deal breaker for me. I can't do this. But I really like you, so I'm just going to push through it. Then I don't really have a real right to make this a big issue later in our relationship. When I went into this knowing this is who you are, and I accepted it. Oftentimes we make vows to that. I made my vows knowing about this, and I rock with it. Now later, I want to change that. No, because I wanted you. See, that was my selfishness. What I should have did, you know what? I really like this person. I already know that's going to be a problem for me. I know myself. That's why you got to know yourself before you try to get to know anybody else. I know that's going to be a problem with me. I know even if I stomach it now, I ain't going to do it for long. And if that's something that's going to be who they always are, I may want to let them go now instead of waiting till we get there. Because we know, oh, I need them. And we just hope for the best. And that we created that there. You don't create situations by what you do. You create situations also by what you allow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Boy, I'm talking better than you listening. You create situations by what you allow as well. So now, let me give it an example. I might offend some people, but I'm just speaking my truth, y'all. This is my truth. Ain't no reason. I think we live in a world today that people are offended because you have a different opinion than them. Like you don't have a right to your own thoughts, feelings, and opinions. It's crazy to me. Nevertheless, here it is. I grew up in the South, Coachella, Louisiana. Now, all my upbringing as a child, we had dogs. We never bought one that I can remember paying money. So where you get it from? They just show up. Big Mama keep throwing food out the house. All the leftovers. Dogs show up. And before you know it, one become two, two become three. I don't know if they call their homies. Hey, y'all, I found a buffet. Let's go. None of those dogs, not ever, one time, stepped foot in our home. I remember when I was a little boy, there was one dog that I really had an affection for. So my daddy built him a dog house. And the dog house was nowhere near our house. It was way in the back of the backyard. It was the furthest back in the backyard. His only dog house, enough chain or lease to give him room to play if we left. But anyway, that's how I grew up. Now, so just me. See, selfishness is not you wanting to live your life as you wish to live it. Selfishness is wanting other people to live their lives the way you want them to. That's selfish. So I know over the years, when I was widowed, because me and my late wife, we both felt the same about this. There are no pets allowed in my home. That's just me. I ain't got no problem with nobody else. So nobody else shouldn't have a problem with me living my life as I wish to. I wasn't conditioned that way. I didn't grow up that way. It's just my own thing. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. When I was dating, I knew I didn't want animal living inside of my house with me. Meaning no dog, no cat, no hamster, no whatever. But really, really dogs, cats, things that roaming around. And so let's say I see somebody I really like, man. We went out, we kicking it, we vibing, like we got chemistry. Wow, like da da da. So what do you do? Oh no, those are just my dogs. Casey and Lacey. I don't know. Don't ask me why I say Casey and Lacey. That's what the first thing that came to mind. And I go, yeah, really? Oh yeah, man, I love my dogs. They sleep with me. That is to them. They always this and da da da. And when I gotta go out of town, I hate it because I miss them. I like them to go places with me and da da da. But I put them up in the dog hotel when I'm away, and I come get them when I get back in town and da 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 da. So hey, I really like this. I really love this. When would you like to hang out again? Let me get back to you. Because even though I'm feeling this person, I'm liking this person, I'm this, I'm that, the third, I'm honest with myself. People don't be honest with themselves. It would be wrong for me to go into relationship, serious relationship with you, leading the marriage, to marry you, to then try to convince you these dogs either need to stay outside, meaning live out there, not just go out every day for a walk, live out there, never be allowed in here, and what else I was gonna say? And so that's it. You need to do that, and so we can be together because I don't like living like that. And now I'm trying to put that pressure on you to do that. That's wrong of me. That's wrong because I knew about you and your dogs before I went this far with you. I'm just selfish and don't want to lose my relationship with you. So I put up with them because I want you, knowing I ain't gonna put up with them for the rest of my life. And now I'm trying to change, da da da. Or it's go vice versa. Let's say she knows I don't, so while we're dating, but she wouldn't want to be with me. And she says, no, I think, we get married. I don't mind when we get married and move in the same house together. I don't mind leaving them in the backyard, having them a little dog house out there and letting their life be out there rather than in the house with us. I don't mind that. And she says that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, if you don't mind that, no problem. And then all of a sudden, we get together. It's cold tonight. I mean, I think that you should be considerate. And I don't understand why can't they? I mean, what's the problem? I mean, da, da, da. She's wrong for that. I'm just using this metaphor, this example, but we can be talking about anything. There are sometimes, let's say my wife do something that irked me a little bit, and sometimes I catch myself, if I'm getting mad or bothered by it, be like, wait a minute. I like the Holy Ghost convict me. Like, wait a minute. You knew this when y'all was dating. Like, so in other words, you signed up for this. Why you tripping over something you were well aware of? So that means I need to take my focus off of that and put it on all of the other great reasons that I married her that makes her such an amazing wife. And stop focusing on this one thing. Like, we're not honest with ourselves when we're dating because of what we want. And we end up with bigger problems when we're married because of what we allowed and didn't make decisions on accurately when we were dating. Happens all the time. It can be anything. It can be like every Sunday after church, you go over your mama's house. Now, if I know I don't want to go over mama's house, why we ain't discussing that now? Why I'm waiting till we get to that? So whatever, you have the right to want whatever you want and live your life as ever you choose to live it. But you don't have the right to try to make everybody else do the same. See, you got to find that person that like what you like, don't like what you don't like. Y'all can rock well together. It ain't that deep. We keep trying to change people. Marvin Gaye says, everybody wants somebody to be their own piece of clay. Ooh, everybody wants somebody to be their own piece of clay. I know you ain't never heard that one about Marvin Gaye. That's one of my Marvin Gaye joints because it's such a real song. We have this control thing about us that we often don't realize. And now part of it is inherent by the way God created you. But the part that we be operating on is not inherent. Let me explain what I mean. God created you to have dominion. That has to do with control. But the one thing God never gave you control over is other people. And that's what we want to control. And when it comes to them, comes to that issue, you got to let them and stop catching it. Woo! All right, I'm loving that. All right, I've been talking a while. Anybody got a question for me before I start wrapping up? See, I'm down to about my last 15 minutes. Let me go to my personal page that wouldn't show up here. And usually when there are no comments, I don't see what's said as well. Let me just go over here and take a look-see. Yeah. Hold on, where am I at? I'm supposed to be live. Okay. All right, there we go. I found it. Let me make a few things you need to look out for. On the 5th Sunday in March, at the church that I have the proud privilege of pastoring, Calvary Hawthorne, as we affectionately call it, in the city of Hawthorne, California, on the 5th Sunday, I think that's March the 29th, we are having our Southern Soul Sunday. I'm talking cowboy hats, put them boots on where them fans at, Western attire, preacher man gonna be performing. We gonna have some good old Southern Soul country church. I'm gonna show you how we do it, baby. Don't miss this. And we're streaming our 10 a.m. service live. So even if you can't be there physically, you can stream live on our YouTube or Facebook or my personal YouTube or Facebook. We're going to be live on there. Well, no, we won't be live on my personal YouTube. We will be live on my personal Facebook if I remember to share it. Anyway, stay tuned for that. And that evening, let me pull up the information on it right now. That Sunday evening, Preacher Maine is going to also be performing at, okay, I don't see the name of the church, but I can give you the address. The address is 3130 West 111th Place. Again, 3130 West 111th Place. And I'm excited, man, to be with my good brother, Pastor LaRue Rodriguez. We go back to our City Refuge days. What a time, what a time, what a time. But he's got a great lineup. They're having a Palm Sunday praise service where he got a whole lot of acts, man. A lot of singers, musicians. And I'm fortunate to be in that lineup. So we're going to have a great time. But yeah, I'm open up to any questions for me. Anybody got a question, post it in the comment, and I will address it while I have time. Doesn't necessarily have to be on relationships. It can be on anything. But we want to address it. Whatever it is, because people will be people. Sometimes good, sometimes evil. But my life can't be based on what they doing or what they say. These overdue bills, I ain't catching it. Late night thrills, I ain't all the drama, I ain't 6-inch chills, I ain't catching it. Hater, I ain't catching it. Cross the way, I ain't catching it. Them dirty looks, I ain't catching. No matter what they say, I ain't catching it. Y'all, I've learned to mind my business, go to God in prayer and leave it with Him. Won't waste time worrying about nothing, 'cause He's my King. Them overdue bills, I ain't catching it. Them late night thrills, I ain't catching it. All that drama, I ain't catching it. Them 6-inch heels, I ain't catching it. Said I ain't catching it. I ain't catching it. I ain't. Okay. In a remix I put together right there, I'm starting to feel that thing, man. I'm gonna have to take that to the studio. Oh, y'all know what I gotta do? I gotta go get my hair cut. I gotta go. I got to get it. Yep. Yeah. Hey, gotta get it, baby. So I can be cute on Sunday morning preaching the word of God. Because I don't think they really like me to preach in my hats. So I better get a haircut. So with that being said, thanks for joining us today. Preacher Man Podcast. I ain't catching it. Hope that we've helped you in some way. Learn to grow and better deal with your situation and stop letting everything rub you the wrong way. You don't catch hell with your hands. You catch hell with your heart. Whenever you let something on the outside happens and it affect the way you feel about yourself on the inside, you just caught hell. Just because the devil throw it, don't mean you got to catch it. If God didn't say it, don't you catch it. And if you don't catch it, you don't carry it. And the church said, peace. God bless you. Till the next time. I'm out. Oh, and don't forget, Doran's new song is out right now. Already Enemy, D. Collins Music. All platforms. Cop that. Peace.